So we found this chick drowning in a bucket, and it had stuff in it so they could get out, but I guess it wasn't enough. This chick was absolutely soaked when we brought him in the house, and now really we're just doing what we can. I dried him off with a blow dryer. I had it on the absolute lowest setting that I could. He wasn't moving at all except for gasping for breath when I first brought him in. He's moving around a little bit now. He's regained some control over his legs. He was absolutely soaked, and the only thing I can really do now is what I have underneath him is a sock filled with rice, and I microwaved it and put it against my skin to make sure it wasn't too hot. But this is just going to hopefully raise his core body temperature, which is what he really needs right now. And now all that's left to do really is wait. You can hear him now, and even though I have his head supported, he is able to move it around. His eyes, actually, when I picked him up to blow dry the underside of him again to try and get him drier, were open, and he was moving his legs. He was actually moving around. I think what's best for him right now, though, is to rest. I'll keep swapping out this rice sock that's warm to put it in the microwave and keep it warm. But until then, I've covered him with a blanket and just to insulate him from whatever heat he still has. And his stomach is still ice cold despite being on that rice thing. You can see now he's holding his head up. I burritoed him up. Oh, there's his eyes. I burritoed him up in the towel while I re-microwaved the rice sock. And he was actually kicking around and cheeping, so he is getting better, but very slowly. And I moved him to my sink in my room because it's deeper and he's starting to kind of get out of his funk. But I'm going to cover him back up with a towel, and I think he's going to make it. So this little chick actually keeps trying to get up. And you can hear him peeping. He really is a fighter. He's an older chick, so he's used to running around and really just wants to get up. And you can hear him. Poor little guy. I can feel his internal body temperature still is pretty cold when I put my fingers on his back, even though he's got the rice sock underneath. So I'm going to keep using the blow dryer to heat the top of him. And then I'm going to get him a larger hand towel so I can double it up over him, and hopefully that rice sock will just heat the entire area. So I'm just trying to adjust his stuff again, and he's actually walking around a little bit. Like, he got up onto this towel. And the rice sock still feels pretty warm, but I think I want to microwave it again. I'll give him a good blow dry before I burrito him up again in the towel, and then I'll microwave the rice sock for about a minute. Then we should be good again. So now he's over here, he's not shivering anymore, and he was just cheeping away a couple seconds ago. He's actually doing a lot better. He's standing, he looks just amazing compared to the way he did about an hour ago. You can see he just wants to get back in. So I'm going to go ahead and cover him up, and I'll let you know what he's like in probably another hour. Well, here he is now, and he popped himself out because he was getting too hot. He actually started panting, so you can see he's standing and doing way, way better than when I first brought him into the house, especially from when I pulled him out of the water. He couldn't move at all. His head was hanging. I actually thought he was dead until I saw him gasp for air. And he would only gasp for air like once every 10 seconds. And now he's standing, actually overheating a little, and clearly feeling much better. So this chick now is pretty much good to go. I think I'm just going to bring him back to his mom. He's acting pretty normal, other than kind of like a cough sneeze thing. I'm sure he's got some water in his lungs because, you know, he was in water. He feels warm, and if he gets cold, he can always sit underneath his mama, so I think that's where we're gonna go put him next. So that's his mama over there, and I hope she doesn't want to eat me because I have her child.